testis. Testis, TES, the one that ends with TES is the plural, while the TIS is the singular. But when I want to say testis, I'll just say testicles. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, I am Nurse Precious, and on this channel, providing you informative and authentic healthcare tips and encouraging you to maintain a healthy lifestyle is my priority. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. So in this video, our topic of discussion is CRYPTORCHIDISM, simply known as undescended testes. CRYPTORCHIDISM or undescended testes, just like the name implies, is a condition whereby the testicles or one testis fails to descend from the posterior abdominal wall or from the internal inguinal ring into the scrotum where it belongs. So the testis is a male reproductive gland. It is equivalent to the ovary in females, and the function of the testis in male is production of sperm, and it is active throughout the lifespan of a man. So this is what testis basically is. So for basic understanding, I will briefly explain the descent of the testicles into the scrotum. So the descent of the testicles into the scrotum, it occurs in stages, and the first stage begins on the 8th week of gestation, that is the second month of pregnancy. And this second stage of testicular descent is called the transabdominal stage. In this stage, the testicles start their movement leaving the posterior abdominal ring that's beneath your kidneys. They are originally located at the back. That's where it is from the back, and it starts descending into the internal inguinal ring from the 8th week of pregnancy, and then it rests for a while. This is the first stage. Like I said, it is called the transabdominal stage. And the second stage of testicular descent is called the inguinoscrotal stage. In this stage, this stage begins at the 26th week of gestation, 26th week of pregnancy, let's say between the 7th month of pregnancy. In this second stage of testicular descent, the testis leaves the internal inguinal ring where it originally was, and then it moves down into the scrotal sac, into your scrotum, the balls. This is the second stage of testicular descent, and it remains in the balls until the baby is born, and it is in the balls until the man dies. Back to the main business of the day, which is CRYPTORCHIDISM, undescended testes. For the types of undescended testes, I classified them into 3 types for easier comprehension. The first type is the unilateral. That is when only one of the testicles refuses or fails to descend into the scrotum. Then the second one is the bilateral, when both testes or testicles failed to descend into the scrotum. Then we have the palpable testes, the one that can be felt on examination, and the non-palpable testes, the one that cannot be felt on examination. Maybe they will only need some kind of X-ray or CT scan to be able to locate it. The exact cause or causes of CRYPTORCHIDISM is not known, so it is idiopathic, but it has risk factors. One of the risk factors of CRYPTORCHIDISM is family history. So in a family, if there has been a case of CRYPTORCHIDISM once, it is likely to reoccur because it is in the genes of those family members. And secondly, preterm babies are at higher risk of um, women giving birth to preterm babies. These are babies born before the 37th week of pregnancy. They might likely have a child with cryptorchidism. And for these preterm babies, it is recorded that about 30 to 35% of preterm deliveries, there has been cases of cryptorchidism recorded. Then it has hormonal dysfunction risk factors like and growth restrictions during the gestational life of the baby. Also, the lifestyle of the mother while pregnant can determine if the baby will be born with this condition or not. If the mother smokes, or the mother takes alcohol, or the mother has been exposed to some kind of pesticides, the baby might likely be born with the condition cryptorchidism. How can this condition cryptorchidism be diagnosed? How can you know if you have cryptorchidism or your baby has cryptorchidism? It is very simple. Just when you give birth to your baby, these are to all parents and parents to be. When you give birth to a baby boy, it is important that when after leaving the hospital, for the first month of your child's life, try to palpate, like feel the scrotal sac, the scrotum. If you feel any seed-like walnut-shaped gland or organ in there, if you touch this scrotum and you can't feel anything on the first month, on the second month you touch it, you can't feel it. On the third month, you cannot feel it. Please start running to the hospital before the fifth month so that you will find out from your doctor if your baby has cryptorchidism, and they will start arranging your child for surgery. And the only treatment, the only way that this condition can be corrected is by surgery. So it is better that you report your findings early enough so that your baby can be prepared for surgery before the child is 1 year old. Because when this baby turns a year old, it is there is very tiny chance of the surgery being undertaken, and that's how this child will be for life. So you can diagnose this condition in the comfort of your home by just examining the scrotal sac of your baby boy. So some of the complications of this cryptorchidism undescended testes includes malignancy. That is the testes that refuse to descend will become cancerous. And secondly, it could result to hernia. Thirdly, there is testicular torsion, that's triangulation of the organ, body gland, testes. And most of all, sterility. This individual will grow up and become sterile for life because the testicles that produce sperm has failed to descend to its original position, which is in the scrotal sac. So my advice for parents and parents to be is to always examine their male babies, because this condition is only for the male babies. Examine your male child as you go home, as you leave the hospital to your houses. Check. I don't say you should squeeze, just gently palpate the scrotal sac. If you don't feel anything there, then you should quickly take your child to the hospital, because if this child exceeds 1 year, the surgery cannot be done and the child will be sterile for life. So be careful with your male children. Be intentional about checking their scrotum if you will find their testes there or not. This is the main reason I have made this video, to prevent this kind of oversight. In case you haven't heard of the word or of the condition cryptorchidism, now you've heard it. So friends, what other thing did you hear about CRYPTORCHIDISM? Are there other treatment modalities aside surgery, like I have mentioned? Tell me, I want to know. Share with us in the comment section so that every other person will read and be aware of it. Thank you so much for watching this video till this point. Ensure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and share, please share the video so that every other person will be aware of this condition and how to diagnose it at home. Kindly turn on your notification bell so that when I upload new videos, you'll be notified. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.